Hello, happy campers.
I'm John.
And I'm Kathy.
And we're living the RV dream.
And we are. Gosh, the weather is so wonderful.
Oh, we're in the warmest part of the country. We're here in Yuma. This is show number 250.
I can't believe we're
What
still
a
in.
milestone. I'm amazed. Today is the, well, you'll be hearing this on the 31st of February, of January. January's gone.
Oh, wow.
Where did it go?
I know.
Incredible.
It is, yeah.
I just want to mention to everybody that we are videoing this episode.
So, hello.
Hi, this is the first and probably the last time that we'll video the entire hour of our show. Something I've been thinking about for a while since I got the video camera, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's been fun. That a lot of people have asked about seeing the desk and our setup and how we do this. So this is kind of a way for us to show you how we do it.
Let's hope we don't stumble too bad.
Well, when they see all the hand signals I'm giving, you're giving each other, it's going to be fun.
But I just want everybody to see that I've got my my show notes up here, so I've got my program. I kind of know what we're going to talk about. I have a good idea anyway.
You know exactly what we're going to talk about.
I do.
You don't always do it in the lineup that I put it in, but that's okay.
I try so hard.
It still gets done.
Anyway, that's our story today. We're going to be doing more with this video camera, I hope.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
So, with no further ado.
You have a further ado. You were going to do that first.
Oh, before the email. Okay.
Because it's kind of from last week.
It is. Okay, forget that tone you heard. This is a little blowback from last week's show that we did at the... boy, I've got it like you usually have it. We were courtside last week.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of vendors that impressed me. And I just wanted to mention them to you. And one of them is the Taddy Brothers, T-A-D-I. And their website is www.taddybrothers.com. And they have rear view camera systems that are wireless and affordable.
What do you consider affordable?
Okay, they will give you a 7-inch color monitor and a rear camera that's wireless and whatever is needed to install it for right at $200.
Oh, that is
reasonable. That is very reasonable.
Wow.
They also sell 3 camera systems with side cameras for about $400, which is very reasonable.
Wow.
They also have a rear camera that's actually 2 cameras, one that looks way back behind you and one that looks down.
So how do you attach these cameras and have them stay on?
Well, you screw them on.
Oh, they actually, okay. Well, I don't know.
They got a bracket, you screw it on.
You know, I've seen them where they don't even look like they're screwed on. They look like they're just kind of stuck on there.
Well,
that would come off.
Well, you would think, yeah.
Yeah, I would anyway.
Anyway, that's what I would do. Anyhow, check out the Taddy Brothers, T-A-D-I Brothers.com.
And you'll put that on the
I will.
website?
Another one, and I really like this, especially if you're going to Alaska or you think you need a spare tire for something. Here's a spare tire mount which will handle the largest RV tires. It mounts on the rear right in your receiver.
Is that the one we saw? This is the one you're talking
It certainly
about?
is.
It was very cool.
It's the Simpson tire mount, and this thing, the tire is mounted on there, but there's a pivot in the back of it, and you put a large iron bar or steel bar
which they supply
in the top. They supply this, and then you rotate this thing down, so you don't have all the weight of the tire on you, and 2 people can do it. You rotate it down to the ground, then you unscrew the bolts that hold it on, and whoever the guy who is there who's going to replace your tire, there it is.
Wow.
And you can put the old one right back on there so you can get it repaired.
That's cool.
So it's a little pricey. It's probably $700 or $800, but wow. I'm very, very impressed with this thing.
It looked very usable.
It did.
I mean, I looked at it and I thought, I always kind of look at something and I go, what if it's just me and not both of us?
Yeah.
You know, could a single person handle doing this thing?
Probably, but you're going to have somebody coming to replace the tire.
Right.
So you can show them how to do it. Very easy.
But you can do it on your own too.
Yeah.
You know.
And again, this is Simpson tire mount, and the website is Simpson, S-I-M-P-S-O-N, tiremount.com.
Yeah.
Again, this will be going up on our links page.
Thank you.
Okay, the last one, and I bought some of these. These are coil and wrap, and I just love coil and wrap products. And this is a vendor that is at many, many shows. Anyhow, it's a little rubber figure 8, and it fits over your water hose. And you pull it down about 1.5 feet, and then you bring the other end up and stick it through the other hole. So now the loose end is secure, and you just roll the thing up very tightly, very nicely, very quickly, and it makes a very nice tight roll. There's a piece of Velcro with it to secure the whole wrap. A wonderful little product, $7. If I bought 3 of them and I got a 4th one free, life is good.
Can you use this with like the electrical cord and stuff like that?
Yes, yeah, they have bigger ones and other sizes and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's called Coil and Wrap. The website is coilandwrap.com. Again, that'll be going up. So I really like these products, and I think they're worthwhile. Speaking of our website, I've put a lot of new stuff up there since the show, and if you go to the links page on our website, you'll see them in red. The new ones are in red.
How long do they stay in red?
Till I put another bunch up, so
Okay.
maybe a month, something like that, and then I'll, they're still up there, but they aren't red anymore.
Yeah.
So check it out, www.livingthervdream. Go to the links page. I think you'll like what you see.
Yeah. I always like what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the mail. That was seamless, wasn't it?
You did very well. I'm very proud of you, dear.
Okay, this one from John Benson. Kathy and John, I bought the special flash drive package with 242 of your podcasts.
Bless
Good luck
his
with
heart.
that. I'm working through them. I just finished number 31. A lot of fun listening to them, especially dreaming about the RV life during the balmy Minnesota negative 20-degree days this
I
month.
can't imagine. I just can't.
We call it Minnesota cold or mini snowta. Take your pick. I jumped out of the podcast cycle and listened to number 218, matching a trailer to a truck. What a super job on analyzing and explaining the calculations to ensure the truck can handle the trailer's weight. Well done. Thank you. By the way, I try to stay paperless, so everything is stored digitally in my Evernote program with automatic off-site backups. Now, I use Evernote also when I'm downloading material for the show. I put it in Evernote, and then when I'm done with all my research, I go back and I print them off of there. This allows me fast access to just about everything. Example, he gave me a link to his notes for number 218 that looked really good. I like to check them while they're fresh in my mind. I'm on show number 45 now, and thanks to the interview in 42, I'm planning on attending the Escapees Boot Camp in Goshen, May 9th to 11th.
Very good.
Smart move.
Yeah,
we learned a ton of stuff.
And we've been on the road a while, so
Yeah.
It's excellent, excellent.
He says, I'll be sure to mention you when my wife and I sign up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our number is 88896.
That's our escapee number. If you decide to join Escapees, give them that number as who referred you. And we don't get any money for it, but we do get rewarded. We have a nice little pin with a whole bunch of stars on it. Or
flags or whatever.
I don't know what they are. They're little flames is what they
that's
are.
right, they're flames. That's true.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And he also mentioned that some of the links on our links page weren't working. So I went back in and repaired them.
Oh, good.
And they were 3 of one of my favorites, actually. One of them was the Inverter Service Center.
Oh, yeah.
And that is 10 miles north of Nashville in Whitehorse, Tennessee. And our inverter was dead. We went up there and pulled right into their service bay.
Which is big enough to get in for an RV to get into.
Yeah, they can handle a 45-footer in there. And they pulled the inverter out, rebuilt the part that was dead, put it back in, did some troubleshooting to find out why it died.
And we were in a terrible thunderstorm, and we were inside. There was lightning everywhere. We were so blessed because we had backed into this building, And we just sat there in their building for a while.
And never lost power either.
No, we were good.
Anyway, the Inverter Service Center in Whitehorse, Tennessee, a great place to do business.
Nice people.
One of
Nice
only
people.
3, I understand, in the whole country that repair inverters. And the next one was RV Quick Shades.
Oh, my goodness.
These are wonderful shades that you put inside your rig on suction cups. And you cut them to the exact size you need. Very easy to put up. We've been very happy with ours.
We use those a lot when we're just going to be
Yeah.
like a day or two somewhere rather than getting out the ladder and hanging
Yeah.
everything.
Now the last one was the towed charge system. And the towed charge is a wonderful little, oh, it's about the size of a large ice cube. It fits on the inside the engine compartment of our Hyundai. And it's hooked to the battery in our rig, and it provides a regulated battery trickle charge from the rig to the towed. And it's protected. There are fuses in line. A very, very good product. When we first started out, we didn't have that. And about every other time we towed our car, we had a dead battery. Mainly because of the braking system that draws a fair amount of current.
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
the towed charge is a great, great gadget. Check that out on the links page on our website. I highly recommend it for new RVers who are just hooking up their car.
Oh, yeah, might as well get it done right.
Yeah. Okay, next email. Boy, that was a long one. David Grossman. Now, you'll remember David. He is the guy that put up his Alaska travels on our Facebook group.
Yeah, we have a little tip.
Well, we're going to be talking a lot about that later. Anyway, he says we're full-time travelers where we spend half the year in our fifth wheel and half the year somewhere overseas while the RV is resting in storage. After returning from Alaska in October, we stored the RV in Bakersfield, California. We're spending the winter in Australia and New Zealand's summer.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Very nice.
So jealous.
We return to the U.S. in early March and will enjoy several months in the RV in the Southwest, ending back in our former Sticks and Bricks home state of Colorado. Well, I hope we meet up with these guys.
Oh, yeah. Fascinating.
Last summer, we sent emails and links to posts on our blog regarding our Alaskan RV journey. We compiled a document titled Lessons Learned from Our Journey, which we hope is helpful for those wanting to travel to Alaska. I saved it from Pages as a PDF document for ease of posting. I was going to put it on your Facebook page or group, but I decided to email it, which he did to me, and I decided, yes, the group is the best place to post it. I'd like to see it on Facebook, he says. And I reformatted it as a TXT file or text, because as soon as I posted it, a couple of people tried to download it to an iPad and it wouldn't work.
Oh, okay.
So I converted it to a TXT so you can get it in either form up there.
Oh, cool.
We maintain our travel blog with our current travels, but as indicated in the lessons learned, I inserted a link to where folks can go directly to the Alaskan posts. Current posts can be found at www.dnkjourney.com. Let's see, keep up the great work you two are doing in weekly podcasts and educating folks with your books on how it's possible to enjoy life as an RVer. Thank you very much, David. I appreciate that.
That is nice.
And we're going to be talking at great length about those lessons learned a little later. Okay, this from Nate Parmentier. Dear John and Kathy, good morning. Well, I try to keep this short, so here's my quick update. I bought a rig. Her name is Roxy. She's a little older, a 1999 Beaver Contessa.
Yeah, there were some pictures.
Oh, gorgeous
Beautiful.
pictures. The guy I bought it from was pretty much wanting a rock star rig, and he had done a lot of work to move it in that direction. He's had it 3 years and then decided to buy a Prevost. Now he is a rock star. I'm actually really glad I bought early. I'm still selling everything, reading manuals, making checklists, buying things for the motorhome, blah blah, busy and loving it. I found an RV park that's actually very nice and not 55 plus. I have Roxy parked there now, and later on in the year I'll get just the site I want. I'll be moving into Roxy full-time in mid-April. I'm taking my time to prep her with all the best things I need, so it's not have to do things over again. So my question is, what do you recommend as some of your top items to have around? For instance, I'm a guy and I clean everything with Windex. Or
My
everybody.
big fat Greek wedding, that's where it was.
My big fat Greek wedding, you do everything with Windex. Or everybody has a can of WD-40 in the house, and because it's a do-it-all like duct tape. You always see all these flashy products at the show. I know you two have been doing this a long time. Now, what are your must-have cleaning and maintenance products to have along, especially wood care, clean, and polish? I love listening to you as I prep and prepare for my big transition. I get scared sometimes, but that has little or no effect on my KMFing. Keep moving forward. I like that.
Okay.
And I know you have an answer about how we do it.
Yeah, it's right there inside that cabinet.
Yeah. It's vinegar.
Well, vinegar and baking soda is what I use a lot. I use vinegar and water together for almost all the top surfaces. Vinegar is a real excellent cleaning agent, and it doesn't cause any kind of staining, and it won't harm anything. Right. And if you put the baking soda and vinegar together, then you get this mix that will, if you have a stain somewhere and you just put that like a paste on stuff, it'll take care of it really quickly.
Let it ferment a while.
Let it ferment a while, yeah.
I know for wood products, back when we had a sticks and bricks house with real wood, we used tung oil.
Yes.
And I think tung oil, especially in your beaver, which has some of the nicest woodwork I've ever seen in any rig, and you have one that was made in the old days, which is a good thing. And the pictures you have really showed it. That woodwork is awesome. So use tung oil.
Or beeswax. If you got, I mean, if it's real wood and everything, the original thing that ladies used to clean and polish wood was beeswax.
Right, although it will seal up the pores in the wood.
Yeah, and then it's all right too.
So that's what we use.
What's that stuff I use now?
I don't know, mop and glow or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to get up while I'm running the video. Sorry.
I was going to do that next.
We'll get back to you on that one.
All right. I'll answer your email on it today.
Okay. Pat and Nancy Patterson. We're going to be in Yuma area from yesterday until mid-February. We'd like to meet up with you two to say hi. We've listened to your podcast for 2 years and been full-timing for 5. We know that you've been talking about geocaching and wanted to get started. We've been geocaching for over 7 years and may answer some of your questions. There will be a mega event in Yuma on the 9th of February we might want to go to. The geocaching number is GC47GKW.
Oh, wow.
So we've already arranged to meet with them tomorrow.
We're going to meet them tomorrow, yeah, and talk, and we're going to find out about geocaching.
Yeah, there'll be some geocaching in our future for sure. Okay, the next one from Leanne. Hi, Kathy and John. Do you happen to know anything about CWRV Transport? What that is Camping World RV Transport. I just saw an ad on Craigslist about driving for them. Looks like you haul travel trailers across the country with your own truck. Just wondering if you're familiar with this and wonder if it would be an option for dipping my toes in the travel trailer world. Well, the answer is yes and no. I do know about it. I know that Camping World is trying to become a player in the transport market. And they started this so that they could move their own rigs from the manufacturer to their dealerships more quickly than using outside suppliers. Unfortunately, I don't think they're even going to want you to open the door of a trailer you're hauling.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get to sleep in it.
We did meet a guy, years ago we met a guy transporting motorhomes.
Right.
And he was trying to figure out how many miles it was to someplace in California because he had to pay for the gas and he wanted to make sure he didn't
get he wanted to deliver it with an empty tank.
But so we kind of talked with him for a few minutes, and he wasn't allowed to sleep on the bed. He wasn't allowed to use the bathroom. He wasn't allowed to use anything in that rig. He was just to sit and drive it, and that was it. So if you're thinking of doing anything like that, check with the transporter people and find out exactly what you are allowed to do.
But I suspect it won't be much.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay.
I don't remember who he worked for. But I do remember the conversation. I was surprised because I thought, wow, you can't even lay down on the bed. If
Yeah.
you're traveling across the country, you got to step in a hotel.
Yeah, I don't know. I know some of the folks that do this transporting have large trucks. Some of them have, you know, heavy-duty trucks with the rear axle bobs, and they use the sleeper cab.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Yeah.
This one from Jim Markson. On your latest podcast, number 249, you mentioned that you wished you had an app for the next exit. On the iPhone, there's an app called Road Ahead that provides intersection information, fuel, food, etc., that you may want to look at. Not exactly the same, but we use it on our travels on the interstates.
Oh, wow.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. There's another app that I found called iExit, and I have it. I had already downloaded it.
You didn't even know what you had.
No, I didn't, because, you know, we got the book. We pull it out. But
I'm a paper person. I have to admit it.
iExit looks very, very good, and I haven't had much time to look into Road Ahead, but I already had that one downloaded too.
We'll have to mess with that.
I think so. Okay, this one from Gail Walton. John and Kathy just went to Charlotte for our first RV show, and while I'm sure it's not as large as some of the others, it was great for us. We went very well prepared thanks to your pamphlet and your recommendations on the podcast. I didn't even take my purse in.
Good for you.
I absolutely fell in love with one of the new ones, but we left knowing that it did not fit our pocketbook, and we agreed with you that it's not wisdom to purchase new. All in all, we left with more wisdom and kept our money too. Good for you. Again, thank you for sharing your experiences with us. Happy traveling.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? What
Yeah.
a nice note.
So that is the mail for this week, or most of it. I have to tell you that I don't read every piece of mail I get.
No.
Some of it is just quick notifications or feedback on a previous mail. So I usually don't do all of them.
Yeah, and sometimes we miss answering some, so please don't be upset with us if
Yeah.
you've emailed us and we didn't answer you back right away.
I do lose them from time to
Yeah.
time.
Well,
I'm
you know,
sorry
I
about
wish
that.
Facebook would just cut off a day and then start the next day, but they pile it up.
Well, yeah, and that's why I don't read a lot of Facebook posts, because they disappear so fast. I don't have
I
time
know.
to find them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a quandary about how to do that.
Yeah.
But keep emailing. If you don't hear from John, go ahead and email me at Kathy@livingthervdream.com. And I'm definitely not overloaded like the J&K or
Right.
livingthervdream.com one is.
I want to
so-
mention our books here.
Yep, I have that right here, honey.
I know you do. We just received a shipment of So You Want to Be a Work Camper.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are shipping autographed copies. We have them available. So if you want one, go to our website, go to the LTRVD store page, and you'll see a box down there for an autographed book. We actually sell an autographed book cheaper than you can buy it from Amazon, and we include the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So check it out. We sell both our books autographed. We don't do the pamphlet because I never printed that.
Yeah.
It's just too little to print. It would cost me a fortune
Yeah.
to buy them. So,
We'd like to give that one away most of the time.
but we have the books. Check them out. I think you'll be glad you did.
Really, yeah. It's a good, it's an easy way to get one. And even more important, if you're coming through and like one, let's have lunch and we'll sign it.
Absolutely.
And we will, have a chance to sit and talk with you, which we really have a lot of fun. Yes,
Go ahead.
We had fun this week. We had Nick and Terry were in town, so
We had
dinner
a
with
great dinner with Nick and Terry
them.
Russell.
He is such a funny guy. I just so enjoy being around him. And Miss Terry is just so sweet.
I think we'll be doing another interview with Nick in the somewhat near future.
Yes, yes. And the youths are in town. They have Good Sam Insurance. We're going to try to talk with them
I've already
too.
scheduled that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Should have told me about it. When did you
Oh,
schedule?
it's a couple of weeks out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. It's a couple of weeks out.
Okay.
We're doing good.
And we want to talk about the RV Owners News.
Right, and that's not the name of it, though.
No, the article was in the RV Daily Report.
Right, the RV Daily Report is a wonderful newsletter. We didn't even know about it until we were interviewed by their senior editor, Greg Gerber. And he wrote a very nice piece about us. I was very impressed.
We talked about it last week, but he hadn't had it printed or
Right,
put
well,
on the
it came
program.
out on the 27th, It talks about the Huggins duo broadcasting to the world. It was great. I loved the piece. And
He did a good job. Yes, he
yeah,
did.
so check out the
RV Daily Report,
right.
which is in the RV Owners News.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the RV Owners News section. There's 4 sections in that daily report.
Oh, okay.
And one of them is RV owners, one of them's campgrounds, one of them's dealers, one of them's manufacturers.
Yeah, he kind of gets between the two.
Yeah, he does.
The manufacturers, owners, and the people who actually buy them and work with them. So.
And that's now going to be one of my major sources of industry news, along with a couple of others that I use. But this is a very good one, and he's a very good writer.
Yes,
so,
he is. Yeah, excellent, excellent. And he's talking about going on the road. It
yeah,
was
he is.
It was very fun to talk with him. I'm always excited to listen to people who have thought about, they're thinking about coming on the road, and
right.
they're starting to get excited, and it kind of puts the excitement back in our experience.
It does.
You know, it really is fun. Okay, you were going to talk about the Arizona parks this week.
I was, and I am.
Good.
I was a little surprised when I started doing the research. I know there are parks here that you can get into for $400 a month now.
Mm-hmm.
But so many of them have really bumped their rates up. But I'll talk about 4 or 5 of them. West Wind, which is right up the street from us, they have a 9-hole executive golf course right on the premises. They are $800 a month for January, February, and March.
Each month.
Each month.
Right.
For 4 months, they have a 4-month special, $2,400 for 4 months. They have a lot of amenities. It's a beautiful park. But, man, that's Florida pricing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with that really bad winter up north, maybe they're all looking at that.
It could be. I don't know.
Because I don't think it was that much when we started looking.
Sun Vista, 3 months for $2,199, which is almost that much. It's a little less. However, in October, November, and December, $400 a month.
Wow.
So it doubles.
Yeah.
And that's again, typical Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Foothill Village, which is an encore park.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 classes of sites. The sites around the periphery of the park, which are all back ends, are $400 a month, and the others in the middle are $473 a month. I think that's a great price, especially at an encore park. They have all the amenities there. Let's see, Capri RV Resort, also an encore park.
That's here.
A little bit more money, $504 a month, but it's for 36 footers or less.
Oh.
It's an older park.
Yeah.
So Encore has 7 parks here in Yuma. If you're interested in them, rvonthego.com is the website. You can find all their parks there, but the Yuma parks, all 7 of them are there. They have specials for Thousand Trails members. Very good specials, too. You can really undercut the price that I told you.
Oh, really?
Especially for long stays, you can get most of them. Some of them you can get for $1,050 for 3 months.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's less than $350 or so.
Wow.
Good
That's not
price.
bad. That doesn't include electric on any of that.
The Encore Parks does not. The others didn't say, so I'm not sure. There are many, many other parks, some nicer, some not so nice. Unfortunately, a lot of them want all kinds of personal information, and then they'll quote your rates, and I wasn't about to do that because
Yeah.
I don't need a flood of email from them.
Exactly.
But,
Well, I looked at Apache Junction,
Uh-huh.
and I don't have a specific name of the park. There's a lot there, but I found Apache Junction was a little less expensive than Mesa, Arizona.
Yes.
And I was surprised. They run $400 to $500 a month in January, February, and March.
Now, the bulk of those parks are 55 plus.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, and there's less traffic in Apache Junction
Yeah, it's
than there
farther
is
away
in
from
Mesa.
Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah,
And Casa Grande was high.
yeah.
I was surprised at that.
We love Casa Grande. We spent a winter there. I think we did. Or a large.
We spent
We
a month or
were
two there.
nearby. We were in Arizona City, and there are also encore parks there.
Mm-hmm.
One of our favorites is Fiesta Grande, is an
Yeah.
encore park now. So sometime when we come back this way, we may stay in Casa Grande. We have friends there.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see.
We have, yeah, and they're actually having a, Monday, the 10th of February, they're gonna have a luncheon for people from Hart Ranch that
Yeah.
let's go there or work there. So we're thinking about going over there. It's quite a ride, but
But a lot of the folks will know a lot of the people there.
Yeah.
They'll know us
Right.
anyway.
that'd be fun. That would be a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good, good. Anything else about Arizona parks? So far, Florida's really the expensive for
Yes.
January, February, March.
Texas seems to be in the middle.
Yeah,
Now, the Arizona parks for the most part are still cheaper, but at this time of the year, all bets are off.
yeah. Usually it's so much better if you do a 4 or 5 month stay
Yeah,
and you get a better price. But who wants to be well, of course, this year it'd be wonderful to be stuck here for 5 months.
you aren't kidding.
So, I mean, they had snow in Jacksonville, Florida. I couldn't believe that.
Yes,
It was
they did.
amazing. So, did you want to do your extended break thing next?
The exhaust brake?
Mhm.
Sure, I'd love to talk about exhaust brakes. I had a mail question about it, I don't know, a month ago or so. And I did a little research, mostly in Wikipedia of all places. And I guess they wanted to know the difference between an exhaust brake and a compression brake or engine brake. So
Which one's the Jake brake then?
that's the compression brake.
Okay,
And it's
okay.
called a Jake brake because it was originally made by the Jacobs company.
Oh.
Still is.
Okay.
Okay. Exhaust brake slows a diesel engine by closing off the exhaust path from the engine, causing the exhaust gases to be compressed in the exhaust manifold and in the cylinder. Since the exhaust is being compressed and there's no fuel applied, the engine works backwards, slowing down the vehicle. This is a diesel now.
Right.
The amount of negative torque generated is usually directly proportional to the back pressure of the engine. Since diesel engines lack a throttle valve on the intake manifold, there is no intake vacuum when the engine is not using fuel. The intake vacuum creates the drag effect felt in gasoline engines when going down a hill with your foot off the gas. Exhaust brakes are manufactured by many companies, including Pack Brake and Jacobs. They vary in design, but essentially operate as I described. Okay. Legal implications. Compression brakes, a form of engine brakes, produce excess amounts of noise pollution in comparison to exhaust brakes. This is because of the way they're made.
Is that the one where the truck goes?
It sure is. For this reason, some vehicle OEMs prefer to use exhaust brakes even when the performance is not as good due to the noise issues. And we've been in many towns where you see no engine braking, turn off engine brakes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, right.
You never see them say anything about exhaust brakes. So I don't. Now, our engine does sound a little louder, but not nearly as much another. Now, a compression brake, or a compression release engine brake, often is called a Jake brake, or a Jacobs brake. And it's a mechanism installed on some diesel engines. When activated, it opens the exhaust valves in the cylinders after the compression cycle, releasing the compressed air trapped in the cylinders and slowing the vehicle. Although Jake brake properly refers to the Jacobs brand, the term has become genericized. When the driver releases the accelerator,